Welcome back to Uthanax Legion, a division of the Kolat Information Network. So today I am starting my set review of Into the Accordlands, um, the soon-to-be releasing expansion and continuation of the Warlord CCG. These were all the spoilers were finalized and posted before Gen Con. We got to see actual physical cards. Um, and games being played with those cards. Um, and so it's got me excited again for what's coming. Hopefully, October, November. Fingers crossed. I've been waiting for this for a while. Today, we're going to talk about the Deverenian Empire. um, we'll start. This is a reprint. Abdul al Rahim, um, a level 3 wizard, one plus 1 melee attack, 9 AC, plus 4 skill, 2 hit points. Human illusionist planar. Spell react. After strike or action targets a Deverenian character in this rank, redirect the strike or action to a character adjacent to the original target. Um, so I don't remember exactly which expansion this came in, but I do remember him. Planar obviously is a good trait. Um, and being able to redirect a strike or action is actually very good. So this is sort of like Defend, but a better version of Defend. Um, and it's also Drew Baker art. So, um, Drew, if you're out there listening, I was so happy for you to be re-included in the game, even though these are all your pieces are reprints. But your work is timeless. So how well are we going to is this card going to see play? Because we're going to be in a single set format. This is at least a decent character. Um, you can keep um you can keep can't keep him too far back, but like he definitely can if he's in your second or third rank. Um, you can sort of protect your warlord from getting targeted and redirect it to him, or you can, if y'all are in the second rank, you can redirect it to something, another character to try to keep it off your warlord, especially if you're one that is not going to be attacked sitting in the front lines. Um, so again, very cool um, choice in reprint. Next up, we have the bane of many of the demo deck um, and starter deck plays. Ambitious Squire. This is a level 1 fighter, uh, plus 2 melee, 12 AC, plus 0 skill, 1 hit point. Um, Ambitious Squire gets plus 2 attack and AC for each adjacent higher level Deverenian character. um, as of right now, I consider this the best starting army level 1 for Deverenian, period. Um, it might be the best level 1 starting character of all factions and Into the Accordlands. It's very easy to turn on his ability at least once, um, based on the level 2s that you're more than likely also running in your starting army. Um, and he's definitely the bane of many players' existence during the demo sessions and the starter decks events and drafts that happen at Gen Con. He's just so good. Um, this is going to be the J.R. Ewing of the game, the character you love to hate. Next up is Archivist Augustine, a +5 lightning attack, 14 AC. It's a level 4 wizard with +7 skill and 2 HP. Has Scribe +7, so you can attach a spell to him. You'll do the Scribe check plus his skill and roll a d20. And if you hit 20 or better, then you get to attach a spell to him that you can use later. Um, Limited order. Discard a scribed spell. Destroy target item within 2 ranks. Um, I think item destruction is going to be important in just the starting of the saga format, or the we're calling the 5e format, simply because um, some of the items are powerful, and we need good ways to get rid of them. Um, Now, he is a level 4, so it's going to may take him a minute to get up close, and you don't want him too close. But sometimes you got to get in there. Um, Scribe is a good feat, especially when you got to do a 6 or better with him. So it's very, very good. Um, Definitely makes it much more manageable to get that scribe off. um, as a reminder, a limited order is a once per turn order. Um, Limited was added for 5e or Saga format. Next up, we have Aureline. This is a level 1 cleric, +0 melee strike, 11 AC, +2 skill, 1 HP. Spend order. Heal an adjacent higher level Deverenian character. For those of you who played 4th edition, um, this was a card that was printed in 4th edition. And while weak overall, if you even get a single activation off this, it can be very good. And of course, Deverenians have always cared about having higher level characters in their front rank. They were the cavalry, one of the early cavalry decks of, hey, I want to rush my big dudes to the front, um, particularly the fighters. And they have kept that theme here in Into the Accordlands. Um, so rushing to the front line, um, your 2 and 3 HP um, Deverenians. Um, this is somebody's going to want to get this off the board quick. Otherwise, it's like, oh, these wounds are not even staying on your characters. Not good for your opponent. Good for you. Next up, speaking of the bane of most players' existence during the Gen Con weekend, Church Enforcer Tancred, a level 5 evil fighter, warlord, human knight. Melee attacks +9 and +7, 15 AC, +7 skill, and 4 hit points. Limited order. Your target character performs a melee strike that inflicts an additional wound against characters that are equal or lower level than the target. Um, this is the warlord that is in the starter deck. Of course, he is a rare, but the the Deverenian starter deck has him as the starting warlord. Um, This is actually one of the better traits that I've seen on a fighter in a while, particularly because he does technically have to be on the front line for you to get use out of him. Um, it's nice that if you need to, to hold him back for a little bit, you can. Um, but you don't have to, because obviously you can he can target himself. And stat bonuses, I mean, his attack bonuses are almost always going to be v- hmm, it's going to be much easier to hit something. 15 AC is pretty standard um, for most of the warlords, as I recall, in this set. But a great ability, even while you're in the back ranks, you can target as you move your level twos into the front rank to supplement those ambitious squires and make them bigger. Now your level twos can um, squash level ones. Is like going to be slaughtering brine fiends and uh, with your level twos in one swing. So all in all, this was a very good warlord, particularly right out of the box because it was very easy to understand, very easy to proc his ability. Uh, Next up is Church Inquisitor. So this is a level 3 fire uh, me melee attack. 13 AC. It's a level 2 evil fighter, plus 3 skill, 2 HP. Human knight. Pretty vanilla, but as a new character or new card. Um, Also, you'll notice that's the art background here. Beautiful piece by Brett. Um, this is a decent level 2 to be running. Um, 2 HP is actually pretty relevant uh, against some decks. Um, I will say that more than likely you're going to be running a different one in your starting army, but if you need higher or more hit points to soak up, um, these are more than likely going to be in your deck. Um, so you can swap them out depending on the matchup. Still a very a, a very good, easy to understand Warlord card. I think they've done a masterful job of good reprints, simplifying many of the difficult or simplifying many of the cards that we're seeing in Into the Accordlands to make it um, understandable for new players as well as um, still powerful for many of us that have played through the 20 years of Warlord. uh, Here's our first legendary. So this is Duke Richter. He is a level 4 multiclass, evil wizard, and fighter. Melees of +7 and +5, 15 AC, +7 skill, 2 HP, has ward, and defend +5. With also a limited react after he is targeted with a strike, cancel the strike. So ward is that they can't be targeted by non-strike actions, so they can be targeted by melee and ranged strikes, but they can't be targeted by spells or action cards, um, or even items, really. I don't think. Defend +5 is the one where if somebody adjacent is being attacked, you can roll the defend check, DC 20 compared to skill plus the value. and redirect the strike to him. Now, I don't know for certain if you can use the defend and then use the limited react to cancel that strike for certain, but it's if it is, it's extremely powerful. Um, this is going to be a big. I can see this being a big character. It looks really strong. Um, Probably maybe a little light on on the hit points. Um, for a level 4, at least what we're used to in older formats, but this definitely looks dangerous in a limited card pool. Next up, we have Eager Novice. This is a level 1 evil wizard, +2 lightning melee attack, 10 AC, +2 skill, and 1 HP. He has lightning resistance, so they incorporated um, advantage and disadvantage into the Accordlands. I think that was a D&D 4th edition or D&D 5th edition additional keyword. And so if they have lightning resistance, any any character attacking him that is a lightning attack, they have to roll 2 dice, and you get to choose which one that um, your opponent basically has disadvantage on the roll. Really, really good against certain decks. Um, I don't know if he is going to be something that's played early in this format, unless there is a spell blitz deck. Um, and I don't know if Deverenian would be the uh best class for that. Um, Soon to be seen. But it makes thematical sense as who worships the storm. We're not touched by lightning. Another wonderful reprint, or maybe not so wonderful if you're used to playing against it. Court Initiate. This is a level 1 evil cleric, human seer, +0 melee attack, 11 AC, +2 skill, 1 hit point, and has a death react. The next strike targeting your character this turn is a critical failure. Um, yeah, this dude is annoying. It's like, oh, if you kill me, the next one's not um the next strike, melee or range, is basically a dud. Um, so in a literal sense, you're you're almost getting 2 actions in a row. Um, so your opponent has to basically waste an attack or an action. Um, and that's not good for them. All in all, this is a solid reprint if you're a Deverenian player, because he is definitely annoying. And speaking of annoying, uh, Ged Bane, this is a level 4 fighter, Stormwraith Paladin. He has 3 lightning melee attacks at +2 for each, 8 AC, +2 skill, 2 hit points, planar. Opposing lower level characters within 1 rank suffer -2 AC and attack. Limited order, move forward 1 rank, and this is a rare. Any of you that played the Gen Con 2023 decks recognize this card and probably hate this card. This card is an absolute banger. 2 HP and planar is annoying enough. Add in the shrinkage of your opponent's lower level characters as you get closer to the front rank with a move ability and a multi-strike um, is an absolute headache for any deck playing against the Storm. Um, I am, I won't say I'm baffled by it, but and because every faction has to have strong cards, but wow, um, be prepared for this one hit your on either on your opponent's side of the table or prepared to play it because it is an amazing card. Also, the artwork is top notch. Next up is Ged Dosset. This is a level 4 evil fighter, Storm Wraith. Melee's attacks a +7 and +3, 5 AC, um, +5 skill, 3 hit points with a planar trait. Limited react. After target character within 1 rank attacks, if that character's attack is lower than Dosset's level, stun the target. Now, this one is a reprint, and I believe it's a reprint from 4th edition, if I remember my research correctly. Um, being planar is annoying, and having 3 hit points is annoying. Even though 5 armor class is a little easier, there's still a decent number of rolls that you can use to hit it, but it's still a ton of misses. So um, there's going to be a lot of characters that their attack is lower than his level, particularly the many of the level 1s and some of the level 2s. When you start getting into the level 3s and 4s, that's usually not going to be the case. But um, uh, a Jason Ingle piece always does amazing work on these, and uh, I'm glad to see um, there was a lot of reprints and new stuff that he did here. Uh, from a player's perspective, yeah, this one's going to hurt, so be prepared to see the coming of the storm. All right. Um, our second warlord is High Acolyte Helene, or Helena. It's a level 5 evil cleric, human cantor. Lightning attacks, a melee lightning attacks of +5 and +3, 15 AC, +9 skill, and 3 hit points. Your level 4 Deverenian characters may interplay as if they were 1 level lower. Limited react. After High Acolyte Helena targets your Deverenian character with a spell, spend target non-warlord character in an opposing front rank. She was the warlord of the Gen Con 2023 deck. And I don't remember as far as power level goes um, on those decks, but I think there was a ton of people that really liked High Acolyte Helena um, in that deck, and it was pretty powerful. Um, start getting your Storm Race in rank 3 um, instead of rank 4 is quite good. You can get your Ged Bane closer to the front very quickly, and that was annoying all in of itself. And then you could play the typical cleric spells to buff AC, to buff power, to prevent wounds or heal wounds, and then you know uh, tap down one of their uh, their their frontline characters. Um, and if somebody's moved up to the front line, God forbid, you can target a level 2 or level 3 that's moved up to the front to try to wreak havoc, and it's like, oh, you thought you were going to do that. No, 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 no. Um, so it gets your bigger guys to the front ranks closer, and it has a good way of uh, building in your synergy of protecting your characters and slowly making it more difficult for your opponent to break through your front rank as you decimate their line. Next up is Lady Estelle. This is a level 5 evil wizard, human sorcerer. Uh, a lightning melee attacks of +5 and +1, 14 AC, +12 skill, and 2 HP. Limited order. Target a lower level character in an opposing front rank. The target must succeed with a will save, DC 15, or spend. Um, so every class in Into the Accordlands, or not every class, every faction got a level 5 character that was an uncommon. Um, which I like because obviously you need some higher level characters, even if you're just a casual player, and being able to pick these up in an uncommon form is really good. Um, the ability is nice as a way to tap down a frontline character um, that is threatening. Uh, Especially the lower level ones have a low skill skill bonus, so it'll be easier for them or be harder for them to pass the check. Um, and another high level wizard, if spell blitz is going to end up being a thing in 5e or Saga, then is nice to have as well. So messing with your opponent's front ranks while you're getting your stuff ready to volley everyone is quite good. Next up is the Uncommon Warlord, which is also the Warlord in the demo deck, both the printouts and the actual physical demo decks. We have Lord Belasco, a level 4 evil wizard and fighter, multiclass, um, human noble, melees of +8 and +4, 15 AC, 8 skill, 3 HP. Has true strike, so this is a new keyword. This character strikes may not be canceled or redirected. And limited order. Move target equal or lower level character forward or backward one rank. This cannot create an illegal rank. Um, so it's very good um, warlord to learn to play with. Very easy to understand. True strike is powerful. Um, Being both a fighter and a wizard is very good. Um, you can 3 HP is obviously a drawback, but fighters usually have more HP. Wizards have less HP, so I can see why they did that balance there. Um, Definitely good for a draft warlord or a learn to play warlord. Um, don't know how much play this will see outside of that. Um, but if you're not, um, I really think the warlords that we've seen so far with High Acolyte Helene and um, Church Enforcer, Tancred, those two rares are obviously going to see the bulk of play um, over Lord Belasco, I think. But still, again, still a very good warlord for what it does, and another wonderful Jason Ingle piece. Skyborn Initiate. This is a level 2 good wizard. Um, a lightning melee of +2, 10 AC, +4 skill, 1 HP, and has ward. So again, this is another another wizard that is I would almost say could be a meta card. If you're playing a a mirror against a um, against another wizard spell blitz style deck, this award ability is quite powerful because they're having to find something else to target it with, and that makes things very difficult when they if it's not within range of a um, melee or ranged strike. Um, so again, it's really going to depend on the style of deck that you're building, um, and what you think your local um, play groups or meta is going to have. Uh, but definitely one worth considering if you're going to do a spell blitz deck. A, so that you could have as many wizards as you want in your starting ranks, or as a counter for someone in your meta that's a spell blitz player. All right, we were talking about reprints and levels, level 2 characters earlier when we were talking about Church Inquisitor. Um, um, the the default level 2 that you're going to see in starting armies as we start into the Accordlands, if you're playing Deverenians, is Squire Frederick. Level 2 Evil Fighter, +3 melee strike, 14 AC, +2 skill, 1 HP. Limited order. Spend a character in this rank. Move forward 1 rank. If Squire Fendrick moves, he may perform a melee strike. So it is very easy and to simply first roll initiative, win initiative, first action, spend Squire Fendrick, move him to the front line between 2 ambitious squires, perform a melee strike against a front rank character. Now, 2 of your characters are immediately turned on. They each are going to get a bonus from the Squire Fendrick in the front line, so they'll each get +2/+2, making them also harder to hit. And depending on what you drew, um, you might even decide to move the other Squire Fendrick up as your second action in between uh, the other 2 um, ambitious squires and give both of them a bonus, making it incredibly difficult to deal with the problem. Um, yeah, this is going to be in at least the early part of Saga Constructed. You're going to see the starting lineup of 3 ambitious squires, 2 Squire Fendricks, and your warlord. Um, it was a it's an amazing reprint for Deverenians, but it will be annoying for the rest of the folks playing against it for sure. Squire Parthas is another reprint that we have here. It's a level 1 good fighter, +2 melee strike, 10 AC, +1 skill, 1 HP. Spend order. Squire Parthas performs a number of melee strikes equal to his level. So obviously, the best trick with Squire Parthas involves leveled, um, where, hey, I killed a character with this. Leveled. Now I can do a spend order on future turns and do 2 + 5 melees. Um, that gets pretty degenerate fairly quickly. Um, I don't see that he will be the character that you have in your starting army most of the time, but could see copies filling out the rest, some of your um, ranks for additional characters that you need. Um, this one I don't think is going to get as much mileage as Squire Fendrick or um, maybe some of the other reprints, but it definitely has potential if they've got other cards that increase your level. Uh, Next is the Storm's Attendant as a level 3 evil cleric human seer, +3 lightning melee attack, 13 AC, +5 skill, 2 hit points, limited order. If he is adjacent to a higher level character, survey. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put any number of them on top or bottom of your deck in any order. So yeah, he offers some form of card selection. Um, Obviously playing into the seer role here. Uh, Definitely worth playing around with some copies to see if the card selection is going to be worth his slots. I haven't played around with enough of the cleric based cards that were not in starter decks or were not in like the Gen Con decks from past years, etc. So I'm interested to see where this one lands, but card selection and card draw are also going to be very important um, because they always have been. The another bane of the existence of other players. So this is Tarmar the Protector, level 3 evil wizard, +2 melee attack, 13 AC, +7 skill, 1 HP. Each of your Deverenian fighters in the rank in front of this character gains +2 AC and +2 skill. So if you thought it was incredibly annoying to deal with audacious or ambitious squire and Squire Fendrix in your front rank, flanking, in the middle of those 3 characters, pumping them up um, by +2 attack and AC, or the middle one +4 attack and +4 AC. Wait till you see a couple of Talmars behind in the rank behind them going. They also have +2 AC and +2 skill on top of everything else, and absolutely ruining your day. Um, because it gets real hard to hit a character that's 18 or 20 HP. Um, I could vouch for that in the one of the demo games that I had the other yesterday. Um, it um, it was not easy to break through those ranks for sure. And Xenia, this is another reprint. Level 4 evil rogue, human assassin, +6 um, attack, 11 AC, +5 skill, 2 HP, planar, and stealth +5. React. After an opposing character targets Xana with a non-melee strike action, perform a melee strike. So stealth is still a very strong ability, even after the changes that were made in this edition. Um, so she's going to be hard to hit because of stealth, and then she's also going to be hard to deal with, as she always was um, when somebody decides to try to play um, a range strike against her, or she just sneaks up behind and you feel the knife twist and it's over. Um, this is a solid reprint, very annoying reprint, but a solid reprint nonetheless. And another fantastic Jason Ingle piece of artwork. Now we come to our legendary warlord. This is Librarian Shastra, level 5, good wizard, human scholar. Um, I don't know. It's +7, but I don't know if that's not necrotic and that's not poison. So, not exactly sure what color that one is. But in any case, 14 AC +11 skill, 3 HP, has charisma +3, and a limited order. Discard a card and target 2 characters within 3 ranks. The targets must succeed with a will save of DC 15 or spend. So if you draw a useless card or something that maybe it's a meta card that you put in your deck for a certain matchup and you're not playing that matchup, you can use this to potentially tap down 2 of your opponent's characters with the will save. Um, charisma check. You need a 6 or less on a charisma check to pass it. It's kind of crazy. Um, this is an interesting warlord as far as what she can do as a back rank wizard. I'm not sure, again, the full on power levelness of this one, um, but definitely looks to be fairly strong um, between the charisma ability, the limited order, and the fact that she is a wizard um, is very concerning. Uh, um, I always try to look at Spell Blitz as a deck because spells are usually harder to interact with. Although they are doing a good job with Ward to try to mess with some of that. Ah, the dragon. Every class got a dragon in the set, all as at rare. Um, this one is Kingslayer. Was that Game of Thrones reference? Level 5 evil wizard, evil wizard character, dragon. +8 fire, melee attack, 17 AC, +8 skill, 3 HP. It has unique, encumbered, and unarmed. Um, so typically the encumbered trait is a trait if you're holding 3 or more items. But since he is unarmed, he can't attach items, so he has the embedded encumbered trait. I guess it's the treasure he collects back at the at his dragon's hoard. Limited order journey. Limited order. Target an encumbered character within 1 rank. Spend or ready the target. So he can target himself to ready himself. Or he can target one of your encumbered characters and ready it. So you've got another attack if you're loading them up on items. Or you can target your opponent's stuff. Funny that he kind of messes with dwarves. What is this, schmog? Which is kind of hilarious. Um, so yeah, as a level 5, you could use the uh first order to journey. You could use the then rulebook movement to move forward, and then you could um ready him if you needed to, which um is a pretty cool ability. Last card of the Deverenians is Sister Kieran, the level 3 evil cleric, human seer, +3 lightning melee attack, 15 AC, +5 skill, 2 HP. Limited order. Your target higher level Deverenian character journeys. Anybody that played with the Gen Con 2023 early preview decks got to see this card. um, it was really good for helping the cavalry design of moving higher level characters to the front. Um, whether that be your warlord or your storm wraiths or whoever you wanted. Um, Technically, I don't know if this is any better than the war horses or any of the mounts that we are typically using. Um, but as a decent level cleric, um, with 15 AC is kind of high. I've seen warlords with 15 AC. I don't see a lot of characters with 17 or 18, which we just saw the dragon. Um, so I believe that um, this is this is a decently strong character, particularly with all the cleric actions that we got in the set. We'll get to the actions toward the end, by broke up by class. So that is a review of the Deverenian cards in Into the Accordlands. Which one is your favorite? Which one are you going to hate playing against the most? Um, 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 Make sure that you leave a comment down below as we answer those questions. Um, when our next video, we'll be reviewing the Dwarven Forges um, faction. Until next time, no matter the game, there is no escape from the tiger.